time down in New Orleans, we had an official get hurt. The guy left the game, and I'll tell you what, one guy officiated the game and was probably one of the best officiated games I'd ever been in. That guy really worked hard, worked the floor. Nobody complained because they felt sympathy for him.
Well, plus the players appreciated the position he was in and didn't put him on the spot.
They did a heck of a job. And there's Mark Feil down there taping Jess Kersey's ankle. You got to feel for those officials sometimes. You know, they run up and down the floor just as much as the players do, and they've got a worse traveling schedule. I mean, they play 80 road games every year. So it's got to be tough sometimes to physically be in the game and also mentally.
All right, Bruce Alexander, the other official, down making sure that it's going to be all right. And Dr. No, Mark Feil, going to tape him up and get him ready to go.
This could be a little asset to the Bulls tonight, who are somewhat short-handed. It allows a little extra rest in the first half that will allow Jordan and Corzine, who played a real long time, and Steve Johnson to get a little more rest. So it could be a plus right here for the Bulls.
And speaking of shorthanded, hope that Orlando Woolridge got better today. They sent him home to see what they can do about those back spasms. I understand David Greenwood, without Achilles, is about ready to go again. And Jonesy should be ready to go.
Well,
and speaking of that, Chris Engler. If you want to hear a story, you've got to stay tuned for the halftime interview with the Crash Man and Chris Engler. An interesting chat, so stay right on Channel 9 for it here tonight.
A little different look at what it's all about and what it sometimes takes to get to the NBA.
Everything is not peaches and cream.
No, everything's not those $1 million contracts and TV commercials. It can be a lot more. And Chris is a guy who's a bright guy and very tenacious when you hear his story.
All right, they come out with Jones, Richardson, and Threet. Threet has come in at a guard. He'll be number 3, so Cheek's getting his first rest.
Well, sometimes, you know, we've had a good ball game so far. Up and down, teams playing well. Sometimes a little niche like that can put a crink in somebody's game, and we'll see what happens now.
All right, Higgins outside to Watley. Watley against Threet. Threet, the second-year man out of West Virginia Tech. Tried alley-oop it to Sidney. Kept alive by George Johnson.
Good
How he
defense.
stayed inside the end line was a miracle. So Threet then ends up bringing it up. Sidell, Threet gets it to Jones. Down and under to Richardson. Wouldn't roll for him. Boy, Bulls came out of that luckily because he had gotten loose.
Sixers missing quite a few bunnies tonight. Good thing they're good on the offensive board.
Not big Playboy fans, obviously. 28-26 Sixers over the Bulls. Here come the Sixers. Threet may take it all the way and does. Too hard off the glass. Another bunny hop miss.
Well, typical rookie mistake. Misses the bunny and then comes back in bounds and draws the foul. The old days would have been a backcourt foul, 2 shots. The new rules say no.
We just moved into the second quarter and the Sixers lead by 2. Now watch him get in there and grab. All right, we come up court with Watley. Watley against Threet. Bulls trying to tie it here. Moving toward the 10-minute. Green under, too far, then tried to come up, knocked out of bounds. A good clean block.
Quentin Daly getting bumped around in there. Can't get a break so far tonight. Fumbled the ball twice and then had a shot blocked.
Higgins will trigger. In the corner to Green. He's going to make a move. Dotted line, and a little shovel wouldn't go, and then he was fouled as he came across the lane.
Well, here's the foul. Good strong move by Sidney Green into the middle. There's the grab. If you make an aggressive move to the basket, the things that look like fouls usually are going to be called fouls by the officials.
George Johnson picking up the foul. Green at the line. He tied it the last time he was there. Now he'll have another chance to do it. He's 3 for 3 from the line tonight. So that 83% free throw shooting coming in is no accident. Green's 4 for 4, and we are tied at 28.
Bulls in some half-court pressure of the zone type.
2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. George Johnson took a move, slapped away from him as he went by. Picked up by Daly. Coming up, little tentative. Now holds on, gets to Higgins. Higgins against Jones, and Higgins will get it.
Tough
and
shot.
Higgins has 8. 30-28 Bulls. Jones tried to force it in the middle, broken up by Higgins, picked up by Daly. Daly coming near side against Clement Johnson. Then back out it goes to Watley. Watley spinning, got it in under to Higgins, and a whistle. Julius and Tony are coming back in.
Enos Watley, a little dance with the ball, slid the ball into Higgins. Clement Johnson picks up a cheap foul. Higgins to the line to shoot a pair.
Bulls leading 30-28, 9:30 remaining first half. Higgins at the line, he has 8. Give him 9. The young man from Harvey, Illinois, went to Thornton and collegiately played at Fresno State. It's his 3rd year with the Bulls.
Well, Higgins, he can score as many points as he wants. The big key here tonight is to play the doctor.
10 points for Higgins. His season high is 15. He's sure got a shot at that. And with Orlando back home nursing back spasms, Higgins needs to fill the role here tonight. Bulls lead by 4.
You can bet Tony, being scoreless, is going to go right to it.
Threet back out to Tony. George Johnson, no. Oldham was lucky he didn't get called for a goaltend right there, wasn't he? He was right up in there. 32-28 Bulls. We've gone under 9 minutes in the second quarter. Green under. Green off the glass. Good position, and he forced his way under and got it.
Bulls playing very well here with the Bombers, what they like to call themselves.
6-point lead Chicago. It's a 10-point swing here in the last 4 minutes. 34-28 Bulls. Look at that Sidney Green go up and bring it down.
Again, Sidney strong on the board, getting his chance to play, showing his stuff.
6'9", 210, and he's been muscling it tonight on both ends. Moses getting ready to come back in for the Sixers. Watley directing traffic for the Bulls. They lead it by 6. 8:20 remaining in the second quarter. Green turnaround jumper baseline, no. Slapped up by Oldham, and I think he went over the shoulder, will be caught for the foul.
He did. Kevin Lockery hollering for the illegal defense. Didn't get the call. Sid Green, really not his shot. 10-foot fade away from the base.
So it's the first on Oldham, first for the team in the quarter. Moses back in there against Oldham. Tony, Threet, no, they're slapping it around, won't go, and loose ball underneath. That will be on Threet, his second.
Andrew Tony on the penetration. Nice pass to Threet. Tony doing a better job this year in passing off the ball and thus becoming a much better offensive player.
34-28 Chicago, and with the ball, Enos Watley, second year out of Alabama. Roll Tide roll. That'll get him to smile. He'd like to roll it right here. He hasn't been getting those playing minutes that he did as a rookie. Oldham grabbed that. I think it was intended for Daly. Then Oldham fires up a brick bat and rattles everything, and no good. 7:30 remaining in the first half. Threet brought it up quickly. Tony, 3 if it goes. Does not go. Came off on the weak side to Watley, and he'll bring it up. 7:20 remaining in a half. Bulls lead 34-28.
Sixers reaching down for every kind of shot. Posting up, jumpers, three-pointers, and always coming up dry so far here in the second quarter.
Higgins, they've got everybody out. Nobody's down under. Now Higgins drives the lane and blocked in there by Clement Johnson. All alone is Julius Erving. He was all alone. He got behind everybody. He has 4 points. 34-30 Chicago. Daly, 14-footer, no. Oldham came down on the shoulder of Moses Malone and didn't get a foul, and the crowd reacted. They wanted to call. Moses didn't seem to care. He just shrugged it off. Timeout, Sixers. 6:36 remaining in the second quarter. Bulls lead it by 4. Celtics, Pistons, Pacers. That's on the Bulls menu at home coming up.
That's right. Tuesday night they play the Boston Celtics. The first 10,000 fans will receive a limited edition pair of Bulls shoelaces. Then it's Detroit on February 12th, and Isaiah Thomas. 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls bumper sticker. And then Friday, February 15th, the Bulls play host to the Indiana Pacers. To order tickets, call Teletron at 853-3636. Operators are on duty now.
All right, let's go back to the action. An alley-oop for Moses. And he traveled because Oldham played the good D on him.
Oldham's bumping the Mo a little bit here, and you might see the Mo get a little upset. Let's keep an eye on that matchup. Except for on defense, they got Moses Malone guarding Sidney Green.
All right, we got a pair of threes right now. Threed against Watley. Jordan, a turnaround dotted line. 2 for Jordan, and he has 11. Back to a 6-point lead. It's the third time tonight that the Bulls have had a 6-point lead. They trailed by 4 on 3 occasions, all in the first quarter. Trailed by 2 at the quarter, lead by 6 right now. And the drive in was Tony, and he's going to have a charge.
Well, you're going to see Cunningham go a little goofy on this call. You know, that's a call you'll rarely see, but it was probably a pretty good call. Cheeks coming in for Tony, who's really struggling tonight.
Third foul on Tony.
Oldham jumped straight up, and Tony caused the contact. Now, 9 times out of 10, you'll see an official give that call to the offensive man. That, I think, was the right call.
All right, Quentin Daly, the Q man. Hadn't had a chance to get anything going yet. That was from behind and fouled.
Bruce Alexander calls it on the doctor. I think the doc got him. He knows it. Daly struggling. He'll go to the line with a chance to shoot a couple
and get off penalty
and get off the snide.
Daly's an 81% free throw shooter.
Sixers so far 1 for 10 this quarter.
And Daly does get off that bumper, and the third best scorer on the club and the second that's available here tonight with 16.5 points a game. Quentin hit 1, tries to hit 2, got them both. And the Bulls lead it by 8. That's the biggest lead on either side.
Well, they're doing it on the board this quarter. They're only allowing the 76ers 1 shot when they're missing them.
There's a mismatch. Moses against Green. Boy, you got to hope something could happen before he makes his move. Slapped away by Green. Now it's picked up by Clemens Johnson, and he's got the bucket. They've got their 2 big centers in there together.
Well, Moses looks like he's got gloves on tonight. He can't seem to handle the ball down low, but the Sixers score anyway.
38-32 Chicago, as Michael tried to ride down the lane and got fouled as he went by.
Now you watch Michael. He can go left or right. Penetrates left this time, and Cheeks gets called for the reach-in foul.
That should be his third, and it is. So Michael Jordan will be at the line. He has 11 points. He's averaging 27.2. A dozen for Michael. So once again, here comes Mr. Jordan. He's got 13. Bulls have only missed 2 free throws. The Sixers have not missed any. So we're seeing a clinic here tonight at the line.
Jordan matched up with the doctor right now.
And there they are. Oh, he tried to show Michael a little hang time.
Michael hung right up there with him. Doc went to the right, in the middle, tried to pull a little double pump. Michael right there to bother the shot.
Triggers it to Threet. Threet'll split the net.
Well, Michael fell asleep on that one. Dr. J set a nice pick on Daly, and Michael did not switch off on Threet. Allowed him the jumper.
Daly against Cheeks. In his range and where he likes to shoot it, but too hard. He forced that one a little bit. He's not comfortable yet, is he? Threet to Cheeks. Doctor in under to Moses and flips it and fouled. Bucket. I am alone. Got him within 4.
Now that's living proof. You don't have to score on the initial break. Here's Moses Malone filling the lane very late with the little fingertip roll and the chance for the 3-pointer.
And he does it, and unofficially has 13, as Oldham picked up his second personal. Corzine has gotten a good rest. Probably see him back soon.
Dr. J on a wild matchup guarding Enos Watley.
And that leaves Jordan against Threet. Sidney Green needs to get rid of it. Jordan tried to keep it alive, but as he tipped it, Threet came out of there with it. Threet fakes a shot, gives it to Dr. J, and filling the lane with Clemens Johnson. Now it's a 1-point game.
Well, you're getting a clinic here on how to run a fast break. The